welcome to my vlog.
Oh yeah, welcome to Shadow Palm's vlog. It's a party up in here. Party all day, party all night. Come on, join the fun. Subscribe. Show 'em what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what I've been doing on the Dragon so far. I vlogged some of it. Some of it I didn't. I missed. I thought I filmed and I didn't film, but the majority of it's there. Enough to keep it interesting anyway. So, enjoy. Hello all. Ooh, little redundant there. See, I had recorded that earlier and forgot that I had said hello, so then I re-recorded a hello, and now I've said hello several times, so, well, hello, and now I'll stop saying hello. Well, today I decided I was going to work on my dragon. Well, let's see how I can work vampire killing kits into this one. Oh wait, I just did. My god, I'm shameless. Okay, back to the dragon. So, got out some of the great stuff. I decided I was going to try that, see how that went. Great stuff. Little thing about it, it sticks to everything. Yeah, my wife never really liked that plan anyway. Go figure. So, after making a complete mess and probably destroying my favorite workspace. Alright, I know my favorite workspace is just a piece of cardboard, but it's my lucky cardboard. Everything I do on it always turns out. Well, not turns out. Nobody dies. Some people get wounded. Usually me. I got the top part of the head done. Let me show you what I've got so far and see what you think. Here he is. And now the great stuff's still drying. So we got the eyeball there sticking out, which is kind of cool. I like that. I kind of went to go with the, now later on after it dries, I'm going to do another coat, just like, and to touch it up, like I'm going to put nostrils here with great stuff, and I might build up the ridge a little bit. You know, each of the ridges going out to the horns, and but I'm not sure if I want to just leave it like textured like this and paint it. You know, looking back at it, I kind of liked that texture. It was kind of cool. Maybe I should have gone with that. But, too late. I already did something else. Or, if I'm just going to do some more great stuff with sponge and just sort of smooth it out. Yeah, I didn't do that, thank God. That would have been a disaster. I mean, look at the mess I already created just spraying the stuff on. Could you imagine if I got a sponge involved? A little bit to give it so it's still bumpy but not quite as bumpy. You know, after I do all the texture, after I do all the, you know, build up of the nostrils and whatnot. And, or the other thing is, and here's an idea, I was thinking maybe I'll sand it down. I know a lot of people are saying, well, it doesn't sand real well because the inside's, you know, not as strong, not as hard, and has some air pockets and all. Well, I did a test one here, so I'm going to cut that and sand that and see how it takes. But what I'm thinking is I could probably get away with it because then after I shape it and sand it, coat it in a layer of latex, almost like it was a mask. You know, coat over it with latex, and that'll give me the texture. Latex is easier to work with. I can smooth it out, get whatever texture I want, make an even bigger mess, ruin some more stuff, and then paint that. So that's the idea for right now. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, I tested the part, you know, I did a little testing thing, sanded it, and it actually cut and sanded really well. It was pretty thick, as long as I move slowly when I apply it. Move slowly, think slowly. These are all good things for me. So I went back and I put a lot more on the head so that I can sand it down and shape it. Then after that I'll probably go over it either with a latex or maybe even just a latex paint to seal it, because if I can shape it with the foam, then I won't really need to do actual latex. Okay, might as well let you know at this point. Sanding didn't really work. I mean, it just wasn't gonna work. couldn't get the sander really in there, and just slow going on it. It just wasn't going to happen. So had to resort to this and do a little carving, but that's okay. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I'll explain that later when I actually do it. I got excited. Sorry. So I went back and I put some more on the rest of the head, and I also did the inside of the mouth. Now once it dries, I'm going to flip it over and do the outside of the mouth. And I'm trying Yard Hunter 5's idea, the screw in the thing. I know it worked for him. I'm hoping it'll work for me. So then when this dries, I'll do the inside of the upper mouth. Looks like you got a cavity there. I'm afraid we're going to have to drill. Wow, that would have been so much cooler if the drill's battery wasn't half dead. Oh well. And the outside of the lower jaw. Right now I just did the inside of the mouth, and I'll sand that down, smooth it out a bit, and build up the nostril area a bit so I can carve that out, carve the nostrils out and make that looking cool. And I'll probably put some holes. I don't know if I'm going to put holes in there for fog, or I'm just going to have fog come out the mouth. And I got the eyes there, so I'll just sand this down here to shape that more the way it was before. Built this up a little bit more because it was a little light, and I'll just sand that down. Yeah, I had big plans for the sander. Not so much in reality, though. So I think it's going to work real well. I'm hoping. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I built up some of the areas here, so I'll sand it down, smooth it out, and then go over it with, like I said, either a latex or maybe even just latex paint, depending on how many nooks and crannies, so to speak, there are. But yeah, it's moving along pretty good. Pretty psyched. Working with that great stuff though is tricky because, man, it sticks to everything. And I'm kind of a slob, so you got to be really, really careful. But it's coming together. So if you can't tell, this is the nose, and then the lower jaw, I've got it open so I could do the inside of the jaw. Okay, if you can't tell, it's time for me to go back to the drawing board. So, I'll keep you posted. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. Okay, I did the bottom jaw. So there it is. So I put it upside down after it dried a bit, and then did the bottom. And admittedly, it looks a little scary. A little scary? But once I sand it down, I think it'll be pretty groovy. Again with the dreams of sanding. Not so much so. In reality, carving worked much, much better. We shall see. Oh, by the way, God's flesh, you're right. Whatever you get that great stuff on, pretty much got to throw away. It just sticks to everything. And clothes, luckily I took your advice and put on some really old, beat up clothes for this. Good thing too. Okay, now here's the part where I should have the video of me hacking away at it, carving it down. Did a lot of carving on the nose and stuff like that, but I didn't film it. Don't know why. I guess I thought I did. Or maybe I was just too busy cursing. Doing a lot of cursing. Yeah, a lot of cursing. But I did get it all pretty much cut down and to the way I realized that I really needed to kind of build it up with something. So, that brings me to this clip. Okay, what I decided to do was I carved down the, after I put the great stuff on, I carved it. I don't know if I videotaped that after I carved it or not, but I did that, and then I needed to coat it with something, so I looked around. I wasn't sure what to use, and I finally settled on making a paper mache clay, a recipe for that I found. So I thought that looked good, so I did that. So here's what I've got done so far. See, so far so good, not so bad. Got it shaped nicely, working on it. Still not real happy with the texture. But here I am getting ahead of myself again. I'll tell you more about that in a second. So I coated it in the paper mache clay. Now I've got the mouth held open because I need to, after this dries in a couple days, I need to flip it over. Actually, I was just scared it was going to bite me. And do the jaw, lower jaw. But, so I think it looks pretty good. It still kind of has that concrete texture to it, which I didn't want. I tried to smooth it out as much as I can, but I think there's no way to get around that with using this. See? Told you I wasn't happy with the texture. Well, here I go interrupting myself again. Now let me get back to explaining what I'm explaining right now. Alright, I'm going now. That's back to the video. So what I might do, and I'm not sure, I'm going to be on the chat in a few minutes and ask you guys what you think, but I think I might go over it with a coat of latex to give it that, you know, more of a skin look, and at the same time might smooth it out and give it sort of a more rubbery texture, which is what I'm more looking for. I don't know. We'll see. This stuff's supposed to harden like hard as a rock. So I could try sanding it, but they say that it's too hard to sand, but I don't know. I can give it a shot. So anyway, that's where I am so far. Okay, so I did go on the chat and talk to everybody about it, and everybody seemed to feel that I would be able to sand it after it dried. So I might get to do that sanding I kept talking about earlier. Although something tells me it's probably not going to work out. But I'll give it a shot. I'm going to try sanding it by hand to see if that works after it dries. And, or I may just coat it with latex, or I may coat it with latex after I sand it. I don't know. I want to get that right texture. I want it to have a dragon texture and not like a concrete looking texture. So I don't know. I guess you'll just have to wait for the next vlog for that. So anyway, thank you. Help if I could speak. Thank you so much for watching the vlog, and leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the dragon. If you have any ideas, Lord knows I could use them. Also, if you are subscribed, thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, please. I'm feeling lonely out here. Somebody subscribe. It's the button over. Oh, I think it's over here now. YouTube, they confusing me, moving things around. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Later, dude. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe.